We'll just keep going until we get it right. All right. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, welcome to Dadcast episode 8. How are you, Dylan?
Are we actually starting?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. We didn't do a good intro.
Do you want me to do a good intro?
Yes, you always do.
Okay.
I look forward to them each and every week.
Let's do an intro if you feel like it.
I feel like watching you do an intro.
This is a Dadcast intro.
For the people at home who can't see, I do have a single tear running down my cheek right
He
now. That
does.
was beautiful. That was beautiful.
I recognize Dylan's crying patterns.
Yep.
It's a big study.
What do you mean my crying patterns?
Yeah, every time he cries, I'm like, oh, that's a doozy. Yeah, I'm feeling good about it.
Yeah, well, I cry myself to sleep every night, so, no.
Yeah, I heard that's healthy.
It is. Sometimes you just need a good cry.
Yeah, because some people do the gluten-free thing, and then some people try meditation, mindfulness, and stuff like that. Well, just crying yourself to sleep every night, it's a great way to get that crushing existential dread out of your system.
Exactly. It lets out the toxins. It's a really good...
Yeah, that's how I detox.
Yeah, exactly.
I drink a lot the night before, and then I weigh on my life choices.
Yeah, exactly. Legit though, sometimes a good cry is good. I'm just gonna say that. For the record.
I haven't cried in a while.
I cried last night.
Yeah, well, you said.
Yeah. Not even joking though.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yes. That's but it's a regular occurrence anyway.
What a happy start to that cast.
No, I don't cry too much. But sometimes.
No, it's healthy to cry. I think it's a good conversation to actually have with people.
Exactly. I just like spicing things up, and sometimes, a sad wank is a good wank. I watch some sad videos and then, go from there. And, really it does...
Well, I could see a lot of edgy jokes just writing themselves.
Spices up the bedroom. Really. It spices up my life.
And I saw the end of Stuart Little too.
It's like, yeah, it's like when you do the sit on the hand trick, so it feels like it's someone else. This is, you do the crying trick. So, yeah.
I do the opposite. I put it in a microwave. See, it's like...
warm it up.
You feel the warm touch of a loved one.
Oh, wow. What a start. I love how we start these. Basically, we try to, start with a few listeners and then see how quickly we can get everyone to tune out.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's a new record right there. For anyone who's stuck around... You have a sick mind. Why are you listening to something else?
Now those people are gone. It's finally time. Now it's finally time to talk about Stinky Steve.
Yes, Stinky Steve.
Yes.
Who's Stinky Steve?
I've showed you the picture.
I can't remember who's Stinky Steve.
Have you not seen it? It's the funniest thing in the world.
I love Stinky Pete though.
Well, it's sort of an extension. I'll tell you a story about Stinky Pete. I went home for student vacation. And the first thing, I had a whiteboard on my wall.
Mate, isn't it called a study vacation? You're supposed to study? Or you just renaming it so you can get a week off holidays?
Yeah, so I went home on study vacation. And on my whiteboard in giant letters was Stinky Pete rules.
On your whiteboard when you got home?
Yeah.
Right. Why?
I put it there and I forgot about it when I left, and then my parents just never went in my room.
I thought someone else must have put it there, but no, that's just...
No, my parents aren't hip on the Stinky Pete thing. They're still stuck on Toy Story 1.
Ah, I see.
It's not good.
No, that's... wow.
But Stinky Steve, he's a creative character.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
It's a book series. It's about...
Oh, you have told me about
this. Stinky Steve from...
This is Uncle Jeffy's favourite book.
Yeah, well, I think there's over 16 books in the series.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying
you've read every single one of them.
Well, they're trying to flog them on Amazon. You know what it's like. You just get paid by Sano and you're like, why not? Why not just get every single Stinky Steve book and read them out loud to yourself every night while you cry yourself to sleep?
It's a good mix, really.
Yes. Jesus Christ, Dylan, what are you getting a mortgage for?
A home.
Are you buying investment property?
I'm buying a caravan. I can't afford a home in this day and age.
Oh, that actually reminds me, one of the times I went camping, And yeah, we went
on a tent.
We did. Well, what happened was we had every intention of staying in a tent, and then as the second we got dropped off to set off our tent, sideways rain.
Ooh.
A torrential, absolutely destroyed pretty much everything we had.
Jesus.
All our clothes were wet. Everything that we had was wet.
Was your tent insured?
Well, it wasn't like ripped apart, but it was wet as shit. So
tents are normally like waterproof though, aren't they?
Yeah, but
I'm not big on
the like once you put the fly on it, but like because you know how you had the mesh on the inside and everything, like because it wasn't set up, it was like that. So the inside was soaked.
Shit! So you're setting up in the rain.
Yeah, and what would happen is because the sand underneath was wet, because it was sand, not clay or anything like that. All the pegs would.
That sounds good.
All the pegs would just keep coming back up, and we didn't have the right pegs for it.
Jeez.
So. About 10 minutes, me and my friend, we decided to get a cabin.
Yeah.
And
that sounds like a nightmare. 2 minutes you lasted.
I think it was about 10 to 15. People felt so bad for us in the surrounding camping area that...
they gave you a discount on the cabin?
No. They one guy gave me his jacket.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like a full coat.
And then that quickly got soaked as well.
Yeah, it did, but at least that was waterproof. Like, I was just wearing a sweater before and I was... like going purple. But this where was I going with this? This cabin was
so expensive.
nice.
You had to take out a loan to get it.
Well, it was yes, now I remember. Yeah, so we were like just chilling there and we felt like we were part of the neighborhood because it's one of those caravan parks when you're not in the city and all the druggies live there and it's like off peak season. It's old people and druggies and it's like.
So which category did you fall into of the two?
Old people.
You're old.
Yeah.
As a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we were just sitting on the thing. We were drinking 4X Gold, and we were just sitting on there in twilight. Oh, Auntie Mavis would come over with a little dog and start talking about how she always wanted to go to uni, but she wasn't smart enough, and that's why she lives in a caravan park. It was a good time. Like we didn't have a toilet in the cabin, but. Oh, it was nice.
Were there toilets at the caravan park?
We were across the road from the block, so it wasn't too bad, but it was raining the entire time.
Yeah, shit, so you may as well, you just, picked a corner and said, if you need a shit, go there, because you're not going to survive out there in the wilderness, in the storm, the Sharknado.
We just did a lot of runs.
Right.
Funny thing is, about raining, is... people with umbrellas are assholes. Like, legit. If you own an umbrella, there's a 75% chance you're an asshole.
Well, I think a lot of people own umbrellas.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of people are assholes then, you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Here's why. Every time I've been in the city and people have umbrellas, they're the most worst people because they don't encounter the umbrella to the width of them.
What?
So like,
what do you mean?
I was walking and I could only walk in the undercover area because I don't buy an umbrella because umbrellas are for people who are not tough.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm walking behind these two people, really tiny people, but they got these big old umbrellas completely blocking the path.
Well, do they come in different sizes?
Yes, they do. I'll get onto that later. But so I had to go out into the rain when they had the umbrellas to go around them because they were dawdling.
Oh, no,
like
so
a watering place.
They were undercover?
They were undercover and they had they were like going spread eagle with these umbrellas. They were just like as wide as they can, covering like a 3-person pathway.
Nah, that's terrible.
It was bullshit. Also, like, people, like...
they say...
People are just like, I expect sort of, if it's torrential rain and like you need to stay in one spot, you'd think that if like the person next to you is being absolutely drowned in water and is like wearing an outfit that probably shouldn't be drowned in water, you'd think you'd maybe like not shove the umbrella away from them when they're like just trying to like get under it slightly.
Were you trying to get under their umbrella?
It was going to the RN party. I had this massive ass fur coat on and I was like, yes. I don't want to get this wet. And so I just walked like up beside someone and they just like walked away with their umbrella. I'm like, I was like, mate.
To be fair, you probably look pretty dodgy.
I know, like, but it's like,
what's
it's
this
still
homeless
sort of an
man
arsehole thing to do. Like, I'm not trying to mug you or anything. I'm just trying to like find like where the surface area above me is connected. You don't have to. And thirdly and finally, today, some guy had an umbrella that, like, I swear took up the whole path. Like, some people have dainty umbrellas. This one was like some fucking Holden Commodore branded
An industrial
bogan piece of shit. It was like way too...
Excuse me, I used to drive a Holden Commodore, mate.
That tells me a lot. We had, like, you could fit a family of, like, Octomum's kids could fit under that.
Jesus.
She has 8 kids and they could all fit under there, so you could freaking park a car under it and it would be dry.
Okay.
He did it and he was walking with it like a thing catcher on a train. Like a snow catcher, so it was just like he clipped
in front of him.
Yeah,
right.
Because he was like he wasn't even using it, and then he clipped me with it, and then decided to keep barging on. No sorry, no nothing, like no courtesy. I was like,
so was it not raining at this point? Why is it?
Well, it was like sprinkling.
Okay.
But like either way, if you have an umbrella and you hit someone with an umbrella, you should just say like give the hand wave like, oh, I'm sorry, but I'm too cool to say sorry. Not just like trudge on
Just
through.
keep barging.
I turned around. I was gonna like yell at, "Hey asshole," but I didn't because I'm a non-assertive person.
Okay, I can see how that would have went. You would have said, "Hey asshole." He turns around, right? He's got his big umbrella. Yeah. Then he doesn't think you have an umbrella. You pull one out. You say, "Hey, listen here, mate. That's not an umbrella. This is an umbrella," and you bring out an even bigger one.
Like one I stole from a public pool. Like one of the ones that go over the tables and just like,
yeah, this guy thinks he's a king.
You want an umbrella fight, huh? I can put down my fucking umbrella. You can't.
He thinks he can do whatever he wants with his umbrella, and then you bring out that one. What can he say to that?
I don't even know why they have Holden branded umbrellas. Like, surely once you get out of your car, like, oh, I have a Holden car with Holden seats and Holden things, and I have Holden slippers and Holden pajamas. So when I watch the Holden thing, and I got my Holden clock with my signed Holden car and all my little replica Holdens. But if I go out in the rain, I need my Holden umbrella.
Of course, you can't. What are you gonna?
It's a car manufacturer. Like, it's like it was a special vehicle one too, so it wasn't even the classic logo. It was just
limited edition Holden umbrella.
All it did, it was just scream. It was just like, I have no imagination and this is my life.
I think you're just a little bit annoyed that he hit you with his umbrella.
I am. And I deserve to be. He'll never meet me, and if I do meet him, I will confront him about it.
You'll have your umbrella ready.
Yeah.
Just waiting for that day.
I'm currently in the works with some umbrella manufacturers.
To design a
Yeah, we're designing an umbrella that can still be dried at multiple widths. So when you need to be in an umbrella fight, it can go wide. Right. But if you're undercover, you don't want to put it down because you got to press a button. You can just sort of like, it can like fold up on itself and like not take as much area.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm not an umbrella person either. I don't have an umbrella.
What's it like? I always lose them because I leave them places. 2, they're just not worth it.
And like, most of the time when you need one,
you don't have it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like
it starts raining when you're already away from home, so it's too late to get one.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
It's like, that's why a convertible car would just be way too stressful for me. I couldn't do it.
But can't you just press a button and it comes back on?
Yeah, but it takes a while.
Oh, okay.
If you want to like play those odds.
I don't.
Well, when I moved down here, my parents got a car and it was like grey, stormy all day, and it was just like, I'm like, it's gonna rain on the freeway. It's like, you should put a tarp over my suitcase, which had all my clothes in it. Mm-hmm. And my stepdad said, no, it'll be fine. I said, but what if it rains? And he goes, but it won't. And it's like greyest clouds you could ever see. I'm like, yeah, but don't you just want to be safe just in case it does? And he goes, but it won't though. And I'm like, but don't you just want to be safe? And so we drove for 3.5 hours, me just like going, far out. And like...
Did it rain in the end?
It didn't.
Oh.
Which is lucky. He took it as a victory. He was just like...
Did he give you one of those looks like...
Yeah, and I was like, it doesn't matter. You're going to be safe with it. And then he got frustrated with me. He's like, well, then you do it. And then like gave me the tarp, and I just did it, and it took like 5 seconds. And like, he was just like, oh, no, it took forever, see?
So what? I'm not that familiar with convertibles. How isn't it? Is it hard? to put the
This
roof
wasn't
on
in
while
a
you're
convertible.
driving?
This was just on like a roof rack situation.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's annoying.
No, but convertibles are weird. Some of them are automatic, like the fancy ones, but a lot of the ones I think you have to pitch yourself.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, like why? It's like choosing between a house and a car.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sorry, a house and a tent. Like you don't want to pitch a car.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, too much effort.
Yeah. Do you love rain, Dylan? Are you like one of those guys that's just like everyone loves the rain, but everyone hates being wet?
I think everyone loves being wet but hates the rain. Is that the saying?
Explain. I hate being wet unless I'm in the shower. I think being wet's fine as long as you're naked.
Exactly. So, moral of the story, if it's raining, get rid of your clothes.
They should have nude water parks. How fucking skits would that be?
That'd be, well...
I get if you like have inhibitions
Make
about
sure
your
the
body and
water's
stuff.
not too cold, though.
Yeah.
Because we're going to get a bit of shrinkage and...
No, I'm just saying if like places like Wet and Wild or something just had a day where it was just like, it's like hot-ish balls and they're just like, it's nude day. 18's over. Like, we don't want to see no kitty bits. And then you just chill on a day on the slides. Just,
I don't know, though. I feel like that'd hurt going down the slide naked.
you can get a mat. Anyone can get a mat. Like, that's fine.
All right.
Most of them do have anyway. Like, the only one I think that wouldn't be popular is that one that you have to get in the capsule for and then do the loop-de-loop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I wouldn't do it, to be honest.
Oh, like that one slide. All the rest have mats.
I don't know if I'd do it. Like,
I don't know. Like, and it's
so
not for everyone.
is the point that it's too hot? So you're like, because I don't think I've ever been to a park of like, this is just too hot.
It's the same sort
It's
of
refreshing.
It's sort of the premise of like a nude beach. It's sort of like something that everyone can enjoy, but just like made so there's absolutely no constraints.
Have you ever been to a nude beach?
No, I haven't.
Would you go to one? Because I feel like I couldn't do it. I feel like it'd just be way too.
I'd consider it. I'd have to wait. I'd have to work on my summer bod. But I don't know. Maybe depends who I'm with.
I feel like the regular beach is all right for me. I think I'll stick to the regular.
Yeah, but you're like already halfway there once you're in. Like, you see the guys in Speedos is just missing out on the roast potatoes.
Halfway's enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was walking out in the rain today.
Yeah.
Because I ran out of groceries, which sucks because I only ever go shopping. This is how I work. I only ever wash the dishes when I've got no dishes left. If I've got 1 teaspoon left, I'm like, I can make dinner out of that. I will adapt and overcome, Brendan. I will use a teaspoon to eat dinner, to butter bread if I need to. I can adapt because if there's some sort of cutlery there, I don't need to wash. It's the worst way to live. But once I'm out, then you're like, well, shit, I can't eat with my hands. I better wash it. So that's that. With clothes, I wait till I have no clothes left until I wash it. Fill it right up. You get more bang for your buck. It costs $2 every time you wash it. You want to use them all, then put it in. With groceries...
Doesn't make sense.
It does make sense. What do you mean?
Because I'm going to assume that you have more clothes than you can wash in one cycle.
I do not. I'm not a fashionable person, Brendan. Have you ever seen me wear anything besides 3 jumpers?
Do you own a jacket? I've never seen you wear 3 jumpers. I see you wear that one a lot.
This one?
Yes.
The red one.
The red one?
And a maroni one.
Oh, I think I remember the maroni one. I'm not sure about the red one, though.
That one must have got lost in the wash somewhere. And I did have a jacket, but I lost it too. So I am low on clothes, but it gets me by. But groceries is the same thing. I won't go grocery shopping until I've got an empty fridge. I don't plan ahead. So I'll wake up in the morning like, God, yep, I'm ready for my Wheat Bix. Look, no milk. And it's like, shit. And there's nothing worse than walking to the shops on an empty stomach just craving Wheat Bix.
Oh, yeah. I always...
like once a week.
That's one thing I always do. I always eat before I go shopping. Yeah.
Because when you're hungry, you just want to buy everything.
Yeah.
And you come back and you're like, I don't need all this shit.
I ate a lot before I went shopping last, and I paid $18 a week for groceries.
What?
Yeah.
That'd last me 2 days, I reckon.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know how you're doing that.
I did have a bad meal today, but that was just because I was really hungry and I felt like treating myself.
Mm-hmm.
But
do you rely on the specials? Do you buy stuff when it's on special? Like, do you just follow?
I don't buy stuff because it's on special.
Right.
Because I feel like that's a stupid move.
Mm-hmm.
But I usually the home brand stuff's cheaper. Like the last few times I've just been buying like $2 packs of salad, some bacon, some eggs.
Right, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a person who always follows the specials.
Yeah.
I won't get anything.
Because you buy like
special.
cereal and stuff and everything.
Only if it's on special.
But like there's always a cereal on special.
Yeah, and that's the cereal I'll buy that week. No, not cereal. I always get Wheat Bix because it's $4 for 1.2 kilos, and you can't argue with that. No one can compete with that.
I can argue with it.
All right, what's cheaper than that?
Nothing. It's cardboard though.
It's healthy. Though. It's healthy and cheap.
Just because Shane Warne ate it doesn't mean it's healthy.
Bloody Australian legend, mate.
How many Wheat Bix did Steve Irwin do? None. He ate crocodile steaks. That's why they called him the crocodile hunter.
Yeah, but I couldn't find any of those in Woolies, mate, so I can't have crocodile steaks.
It's because your Woolies is terrible. There's nothing in it. I'm so glad I don't have to go there anymore.
But it doesn't matter. It's exciting to follow the specials because I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to have today. I'm going to see what's on special, and that's my meal plan. But I think we've been lied to a little bit with the specials.
Yeah.
Because I've been following the specials so much that I've come to know what prices they're normally at. So I go there.
I know where you're going.
Bananas, $3.90. Special logo. Like, all right, cool. I bought 4 bananas. I'm like, yeah, I'll have some bananas. Next day, on special, $1.90. Same logo. It's like, well, that's much cheaper than I bought them for.
That's
so I have to buy more bananas. But still on special, I'm like, yeah, shit, all right. I've got 8 bananas at this point. Go back the next day. $4.50 for bananas. Same special logo. How can you say it's on special if it's been 3 different prices in 3 days?
Because it's fruit.
Where's the special though? You can't just...
So like, I think the average price for bananas is like $5 a kilo now because bananas are bullshit. And there's so many cyclones in Queensland, you'd think they'd make banana farms other places. But
I think it's about weather and climate and shit. I don't think you can just grow bananas here.
Not here, I'm saying. You just have like a banana tree in the middle of the city.
Yeah, I don't know if it'd work here.
No, but like seriously, you just got duped by produce specials. What I do is I have a set price of like a fair price of everything in my mind.
Everything?
Yes.
What do crocodile steaks go for? What's a fair price?
That's not sold at your Woolies.
At your Woolies?
No.
Oh, dang.
I go to Coles.
At Coles? Do they sell them at Coles?
No.
Dang. No, that's...
They sell...
There's a hole in the market, I think.
They sell kangaroo. Yeah, that's right. Let's go. Let's start a crocodile farm.
We need to invest.
Let's move to Darwin and start a crocodile farm.
So what, you know what things are worth and you only buy it if it's...
So like for me, exactly. So like I'll know how much I'm willing to spend on something for it to be good.
Right.
So it's like, for example, I used to drink a lot of iced coffee and I'd say like, well, $3 is the set price. So if it goes over $3, I won't buy it. But if it's $2.60, that's when it's on special. Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't buy multiple. And then, if
that's how they get me. I've got 8 bananas.
Yeah, why'd you buy 8 bananas?
Because they were on special. The special logo
Don't buy
gets me.
fruit if it's on special. Just buy the cheap fruit.
Well, not anymore because it's lies.
Exactly.
They're lying. And I feel like there's false advertising. I feel like you can't do that.
You can. Because if they have a set price, they can put whatever logo they want on it.
Well, what's stopping them from just saying anything's on special? What's stopping them from tomorrow just putting the prices up $2 on everything? Then tomorrow everything's on special because they put it back to normal.
You've tapped on of what business is.
Yeah, it's bloody... They're scamming us, Brendan. We can't fall for it.
That's how inflation happens.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
People increase their prices and then lower it saying, oh, look, it's cheaper.
It's on special. Yeah, it's dodgy. Dodgy stuff.
Yeah.
So... I'm gonna state this right here, right now. This podcast will never be sponsored by big business,
especially Dollar Shave Club.
No, we accept Dollar Shave Club. If they want to sponsor us, I'll take that. If Dollar Shave Club wants to sponsor us, I've been trying to grow a beard for 2 months. If they want to sponsor us, I will shave my beard on the Dadcast. And my legs. I'll just
No
chuck
one
in my
knows what your
legs
beard
too.
looks like.
But they know what it sounds like, Brendan. Beard ASMR. There you go. That's what it sounds like. But do you know what it's going to sound like after I use one of Dollar Shaves Club Supreme $1 razors? Tune in next week. When Dollar Shave.
When does
Send this to Dollar Shave Club, people.
Please, Dollar Shave Club. The worst thing about growing facial hair for a blonde man
A blonde man. I've never heard that. All right.
is it's too light to see.
Mm-hmm.
So even if it's quite thick, on the skin it looks like nothing. So I've been growing a mustache for 2 weeks now,
Mm-hmm.
and you can only see it when it catches the sunlight.
Right.
Yeah, see?
I can see it, but the listeners can't hear it, Brendan. We have an issue here. Please give them a...
Here we go, listeners.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, that was amazing. Mustache ASMR, people.
Are you erect?
That's illusion on the pants.
Talking of things about making us erect, Dylan and I did lawn bowls this morning.
Yeah, that was hard the entire time. Quite frankly.
I got roped into it. I don't know. I think you volunteered for it.
Look, I was keen to lawn.
Yeah, well, I had someone say, "Oh, Brennan, you represented your school in lawn bowls. You should
How
do
did
it."
they know you represented? You would have been like bragging about it at some stage. Yeah, I reckon.
Well, no, because I think it's a funny thing. Like, I don't think it's not a proud achievement. It's just so fun. Like, it's like the worst sport to say that you represented your school.
I reckon there's worse.
It's just like, well, probably, but it's the one that's true. So I ended up in high school. We were just fucking around, and one of our school sports was lawn bowls, and I was like, that'd be fun. Mm-hmm. And so we did it, and the people said, "Oh, you're good. You should enter a competition." So we had a multiple school-wide competition for lawn bowls, in which our team came second because of the two really good players that were sponsored and everything like that.
I thought you were about to say because there were two teams and we came second.
They were like, no, like,
we did come last. But it was a good effort.
They were like,
full credit to the boys.
They looked like they had no social life apart from lawn bowls. They had logos up and down them, custom hats and everything.
It's because I was 75 years old.
No, like they were like 15. It was like freaky.
Wow.
And like we showed up in our like neon yellow shirts for like our school uniform. Well, it's like American cheese yellow shirts.
Right.
And like our we just bought a bunch of sweatbands and like we had them all over us. So we just showed up. I had like a sweatband visor cap on, and like we just showed up, and they were just looking at us like we're freaks. But there was 4 teams and we did come second, and
that's pretty good.
Proud to be in that. And I was saying this at some day party that that was happening on the roof.
You were saying this at a party. This is Brendan's party.
No, someone was.
I was lawn bowl champion back in 2015.
I think lawn bowls came up, and I said, "Oh yeah, I represented my school."
How does lawn bowls ever come up? I've been 20 years on this planet. I've never heard lawn bowls come up once.
Look,
just lawn bowls.
I dropped the seed in the conversation.
I've heard more conversation about croquet than lawn bowls. Like, what? Who ever talks about?
That's because you live in Orange. I come from up north. Like,
but you definitely initiated that conversation.
Oh, I did not.
Hey guys, what do you think about lawn
I
bowls?
promise I didn't. I think they were talking about because they went lawn bowls earlier. Like they did it like at some bowling club or something.
Right.
And I just said, oh yeah, I represented my school in that.
You were like, oh my god, I've never been able to brag about this. You were like so excited. You're like, someone's talking about lawn bowls. They were over the other side of sprints over, knocking people out of the way. He's like, I played lawn bowls. We came second. Is that how it happened?
Almost. No, but we it was a small chat about it. It was like more like an offhanded sort of thing, like modest brag. And and then so we just so that happened, and then like a couple of days later I got a text begging me to join this competition. I was like, oh, I don't know, I might be busy. I've hung up the gloves.
You're like, you spent all night bragging about how good you are. You're like, now they're going to see through me. I'm setting my bar too high.
Lawnmowers. I haven't heard that name in years.
But we did play it.
Yeah, we did. But first issue, there was
wasn't really lawnmowers.
No, first issue, there was no lawn.
There was no lawn.
It was a basketball court.
Indoor basketball court.
Second of all, they weren't proper bowls.
They were shot put balls.
They were
very light ones though.
I described them as like
hockey.
No, like maybe hockey.
They were a lot lighter though.
No, like squash. Like almost
are you kidding me?
Really
Have you ever played
balls.
squash?
Yeah, but like light.
They are
squash
nothing
balls.
like squash balls at all. Squash balls are those little hard black ones.
Okay, I was wrong.
There was what sport are you thinking?
Okay, hockey balls. You get a big hockey ball in your mouth.
Yeah, but really light. Hockey balls are like heavy ass.
Yeah, and the
like
problem
really
is there was no friction at all. So like we dropped the ball out of our hands. They
polish these courts up.
They must have, because like I dropped the ball and it just went.
It didn't stop.
All the way to the other side of the court and completely missed all our targets. The other team had no arms, so they were like better because they were just dropping the balls like at the lowest thing. And like I guess I don't have that much control over my strength anymore because I just No, I'm not saying I'm strong. I'm just saying I'm clumsy because I guess
I just overestimated my own strength. It's just always gone too far. I've been working out, guys, for the record. Let the record show.
No, I flicked my wrist and then, it just went... It's like, woo!
No, it was harder than it sounded.
And so we lost to...
armless.
They were a charity organisation.
Yeah, so I'd feel bad beating them anyway. We'll let about No, it was a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Not really, it wasn't that fun.
It wasn't, because we only played one game and then we practiced and then no one else showed up, so we won by forfeit.
We just
we
did
won.
win one game that day.
Yeah.
The other team didn't turn up. There we go.
So
Lawn bowl.
All the credit.
You came.
I probably shouldn't have said that.
You came second again, Brendan.
So I went to spin class yesterday.
Yes, you did. I was also there.
Where were you?
At spin class.
Mm.
You might have. I was like
Dylan.
I was on one of the other bikes.
Dylan.
Yep.
I asked 2 days before. You said, and I quote,
"This better be a direct quote if you're quoting me."
Yes.
I said, I thought the quote would be longer. Yes. Doesn't sound like me.
The day of, and I knew you were going to do this. I fucking knew.
What do you take me for?
Because on last Dadcast you said, I'm not going back to that again.
Man, why did you invite me?
Well, I invited you because I thought I could change your mind. Foolishly, I might add. I get there. Tears streaming down my face. Because my dad's not here. Yeah. Well, and then the guy was there. He recognized me. He sort of smiled. I was like, "Oh, hi, guy." And
hi, guy. You don't know his name.
It was so much easier not having to look after Dylan, who kept falling off the bike last time.
Excuse me. Are you calling me a liability?
I'm just saying.
I think I was motivation for
I'm just saying. I felt
like, I'm
at
least I'm not that guy.
I think you're like the opposite of motivation because I somehow did better this round
without me.
Maybe it's just because I did it before. Maybe it's not because I like turned the crank too far. I don't know what it was, but I just felt I came out of it. I was like, that was a good workout. I gave it my all. Mm-hmm. I'm exhausted, but at least I'm not passing out in the middle of the street.
Yeah, well, at least you're not stuck on an escalator.
But you,
the other week,
yeah. Where were you? What was so important that you had to ditch?
Well,
go on.
Well, I guess I just look. I wouldn't call it PTSD, but I will call it PTSD. I just remembered, like on Wednesday. I guess when someone invites you to do something and it's a few days later, you're always like, oh yeah, sure, like that's in a few days.
Yeah.
But when it actually comes around to it and you have to go that day, you're like, oh shit, like why did I say yes?
That's lack of motivation, Dylan.
I have no motivation.
Then well, let me
ride
give
a
it
bike,
to you.
Brendan. I have no interest in bike riding.
Dylan.
The only reason I did the first time is because I saw you there and you're like, do you want to do this? And I was bored, so I was like, yes. I have no motivation in
Dylan, you
bike
need
riding.
Why?
Why bike riding?
Because
It's got to be the most boring thing.
No.
It's painful. It's the worst
Why?
45 minutes of my life.
it's cardio,
I don't want
It's-
cardio.
no resistance.
You don't make friends with cardio, Brendan.
You do. That's how you get to be lean muscle.
That's wrong.
No, it's not wrong.
Look at marathon runners.
Yes.
Skinniest guys ever.
No, that's
Yes,
wrong.
that's
No, it's
not
no.
wrong. That's right.
No, Dylan.
They look malnourished. Brendan.
No.
Because of cardio.
You're thinking
It's Australia's biggest killer.
of athletes. Athletes are the one who's a skinny. Most marathon runners, not the Kenyans. Not
What do you mean?
Not
What
the
are you saying? They're
Kenyans.
malnourished?
No, I'm not interested in malnourished.
Why are you saying not the Kenyans?
No, because the Kenyans
The Kenyans are the marathon runners. There's no white guys out the front. These are the fast ones. What
There
you
are
talking
white
about?
guys at the
They're
front.
at the back.
And they're not always the fast. Look.
I'm googling marathon runners as we speak. We keep pretending they're these big ripped guys because they're skinny as
No,
shit.
they're not big,
They're
but
chicken legs.
they're toned. Like, they've got muscle. They got big legs.
Yeah,
What
'cause-
these marathon runners are doing, those Kenyans, they're sprinting. They're doing sprinting intervals most of the time. That's what makes you skinny.
Yes, I see.
But most average marathon runners, I'm talking the ones that get done around 3.5 to 4 hours, then they're fit, but they're not skinny. They're just regular sized human beings full of muscle.
I hate to say this, Uncle Jeffy, but I think you might be onto something.
Like, yes.
I'm looking at a lot of photos and they all seem normal except for the Kenyans who seem to be very skinny for some reason. What is it with the Kenyans?
You know how many marathons I've been to? A lot.
What?
Maybe
In a marathon? Have you done a marathon?
No, I used to run half marathons.
No way.
More.
21Ks.
20, yeah. I never did one officially because I broke my leg right before I was supposed to. But I used to
Do like training for
yeah, I used to train a lot for them.
So what's the furthest that you've run in one go?
Probably like 18, 19 kilometers.
How? That seems like so impossible to me.
Well, like, you train to get there. Like,
Yeah.
I did this when I was around 12, 13.
What?
Yeah, and so we did this thing called Jack Ward's Hill, and like it was 8.5 kilometers out, 8.5 kilometers back, and after about 1.5 kilometers, it was pretty much uphill the whole time.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
It was hard, and it was all dirt too. It was no.
You know how people
road.
like when they see blood or something, they feel faint.
Yeah.
You telling me that is making me feel a bit faint. Like I feel like, oh, don't even tell me. It's like it's hurting my soul.
I
just
used
even
to
thinking
do
about
it every
that.
Sunday,
That's ridiculous.
and I was really fit back then, and then it all went downhill.
Literally.
Yeah.
So you were up the hill and then you went back down.
Stumbled, fell, crashed on my face.
No, well, I made a bucket list when I was like 15 maybe, and running a marathon's on there.
Okay.
I don't know why I put it on there. I regret putting it on
Let's do a marathon.
there. Do you want to do a marathon? How long do you need to train to be able to run a marathon, do you think? Like what's...
People recommend 6 months.
Oh, of what? What do you need to do in that 6 months?
So you
Like,
start with
every
like
day, every second day, once
it's
a
usually
week?
like 3 or 4 times a week.
Oh, of how far?
Well, it climbs, so it depends where you're starting. Like if you already have a base level of fitness, it'll start around 3 to 5Ks.
What about like around the block sort of thing? Like start small.
Well, you can start there. It might take a bit longer. Well, I'll tell you what I was doing when I was training for the half marathon. I was doing for 3 times a week. I'd do 8 kilometers,
That's ridiculous.
and then on Sunday I'd do 16 or 17.
What if I... Okay, I have a question.
And then you just double that if you want to do a marathon.
How far do you think me with no training could get if I tried to run a marathon? Do you think I could finish it? Do you think I could get halfway?
I
How
don't
far
think you
with
could-
zero training? If I went to run a marathon tomorrow, how far
Is
would
this
I go?
counting walking or is it exclusively running?
Are you allowed to walk at all?
You're allowed to walk, but they do have cutoffs.
I'm not going to walk the whole thing. Like, I would try and
Yeah.
run. At least a slow jog. Like, I feel like if I got... I don't know how far I get, but if I was up to 41 Ks, I don't think I'd be running very fast at that point.
I don't
I
like
think I'd be in a lot of pain.
with zero training
Mm-hmm.
and knowing you.
What does that mean?
No, like
Knowing you, I haven't seen you do one bit of exercise in your life.
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm
You
just
fainted on the bike.
you almost did. Maybe 13, 15 kilometers. I'd say.
How far do you
Being
think
optimistic.
you could get today?
How many?
Because you
probably
haven't been training for marathons, but you have been going to the gym 3 times a week.
probably
doing
13 to
fitness stuff.
15 kilometers.
Right.
Most like if I was like running like / walking at a really brisk pace.
Mm.
Because I know it's like it's tough. Like walking, you can do it forever. Like they have 35-kilometer walks, and people don't train for it.
Right.
But yeah, no,
So you don't
Running.
think I could get a half marathon?
without training,
without
you
training.
might be able to, but you'd probably
Die the next day?
be vomiting blood.
Oh, fuck.
Or something, maybe, I don't know. There was this story, about people that exercise too much and they start peeing blood and
Oh. Okay, well, I was going to attempt something, but now that's just put me way off. I'm not even going to try. You've crushed my marathon dreams, Brendan. Because all I want to do is just tick it off my bucket list. Like, when I was 15, I got a bucket, wrote things on the bucket as like a bucket list, bucket list. Ha, clever.
You're creative.
But they were all so hard, and I just want to get them all done.
What
With-
tell me some on your bucket list.
Well, there was run a marathon.
Yeah.
There was skydive, and I'm terrified of heights. Like, I don't even...
Let's see, that's a good one then.
That's a terrible one. I don't want to go.
All you gotta do
I
is-
don't even have any interest in doing that. Like, it's
Just
just
put it on a
I
bucket
don't know,
list.
but I need to fill up the bucket.
This is like you do your bucket list in like your
Things you
30s or
actually want to do,
40s. So
yeah.
like when you actually
Well, I thought, what if you die at 29, Brendan? What then?
you don't
Think about
need
that.
a bucket list. It's more of a tragedy more than like so like I think if you die at 29, it's more like, well, I lived a good life, but it was cruelly taken away from me. Not I didn't do anything in my life. I'd probably maybe work up to skydiving.
How do you
see?
work?
I don't have a fear of heights, but I don't like the sensation of falling.
You did say that on an episode. But
Yeah.
you said skydiving would be fine. I remember you said that.
If I was in like the right mindset, which is probably after a couple of drinks.
Do they let you go up drunk?
No, like not drunk, but I'm sure they'd like don't pull the cable. I'm a puller. Imagine that. Like it just gets shredded by the plane.
Oh my God.
Oopsie doopsie.
Oh, man.
Oh, we better wrap up.
Well, yeah. Let's
43 minutes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right. That's more than the kilometers I could run. Way more. 10 times it.
Not 10.
I could do 4Ks maybe.
Yeah, I did 4Ks once at a beach and threw up.
Really?
Yeah.
So 4Ks is like hard then. I
Well,
don't even know.
yeah.
I haven't run in
I was
so
running
long.
pretty fast, so.
I don't even know like what's hard. Like I wouldn't even know.
Well, there's
Is it
one way
K
to find
hard?
out.
Can I do a kilometer?
Just go on a treadmill.
I reckon let's try and do some sort of marathon. Or like half marathon.
Or some of the treadmills.
With no training though.
Treadmills are no.
No training. Half marathon. I reckon we could do half. Because if you think I can
I'd
do
say
13.
a 10 without training. I wouldn't do a half.
You
without
said
training.
you said 13. And you know what they say? They say
Yeah, but Dylan,
It's
I
all
was
in the
being
mind.
optimistic.
it's all in the mind, Brendan.
Yeah.
So once you get to 13, you say, well, I've come this far. And then you do 8 more kilometers.
Yeah, but you know the average pace is around like 10 kilometers an hour, right?
So
That's
we only
like
do
that's sort of like a low
2
to slow
hours.
pace.
That's nothing.
Dylan, I want you to go
I've
on.
napped for long.
I want you to go on a treadmill, right? Set it to 10 kilometers an hour.
And go for 2 hours.
No, I want you to go for an hour and see what happens.
What about 5 minutes? I'll be halfway.
Because without training, it's really, really hard. And
But no one said I need
treadmills
to do
are
it in
easier.
that quick. Like, how long do they give you?
Like,
Like, there's people who
I'm
like
just
8
saying
years
the
old
people
who
that
do it.
do it, do it at that speed.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. They don't do it any slower.
But you always hear stories of like 8-year-olds doing it, and they're like,
Yeah,
"Look
but
at
that's the
this guy."
speed they go at. The people that are fit, that like are our age, are the ones that are doing it in
quicker.
3 and 15. So that'd be like putting the treadmill up to 15 kilometers an hour or higher.
Well, thanks for crushing my dreams, bro.
I'm sorry, but
I'm just gonna go do one of those things where I cry and enjoy it at the same time. If you know what I'm talking about.
good night, everyone.
Good night.